Yo, what's going on, guys? Playing some more NHL 17 today. Got another Team of the Year prediction video for you guys. Just like always, we got last week's up. We got that McDavid, that Laine, that Ehlers. Much like predicted, like I said last week, we did get that McDavid on the 23 and under, although he is up there killing it in points on the league. Then we got the good old guy's name I can't say, Parayko, Severson, and Gostisbehere. But this week, we're going to be going over defensive Team of the Year. And yes, I know, I mentioned many times I wanted nothing to do with it. But I was like, you know what? This seems like a good time. Maybe I should go to the collection instead of sets. And here's the thing I think about defensive Team of the Year. I honestly think it's this whole, do you have a big name thing? And by that I mean, like, does EA know who you are? And it's funny because it's halfway true. Like, I firmly believe that you got to look at guys who are known for being good at defense and guys that EA's actually heard of, because these guys they haven't heard of that are fantastic defensively just get missed out on. I mean, for example, I know these guys aren't all worthy defensive Team of the Year guys, but last year, Matt Martin led the league in hits, no card. Dan Giardi led in block shots, no card. Bufflin led in takeaways. I want to say he didn't have a card. He might have got a card. I don't remember. Braden McNabb led in Corsi for defenseman. Jake Muzzin. Milan Lucic led overall Corsi and did make Team of the Year, though. So he did have that and going for him. And then Ryan Kessler, big snub a lot of guys thought of last year, which was the guy who was first in faceoffs last year. But needless to say, my biggest example, Ryan Suter. Love the guy to death. Wasn't even top 50 in Corsi last year. Wasn't top 50 in Fenwick. Wasn't top 50 in block shots, hits, takeaways. What I'm getting at here is a lot of defensive stats. He didn't make top 50. And what he did make, he logged a lot of minutes on ice. Like he always does. Logged a lot of minutes. Led the league in time on ice once again. Which can't be looked past. But at the same time, you got to be able to say, did he have somewhat of a down season last year? Like I said, I don't know. I don't watch the Minnesota Wild play. They'll probably carve me up, the fans will, because I say something like this. But can you make the argument he shouldn't have had one last year? I mean, yeah, he logged a lot of minutes on ice. I don't know. Like I said, a guy can have a down year and still be fantastic. I think that's how EA looks at it. Oh, this guy's really good at defense. We're just going to pick him. I didn't look at any stats or actually watch any hockey this year, but I know he's good defensively, so we're going to give him one. Without further ado, though, with ranting complete, I think there's two choices at goalie this week. Choice number one would be on the Blue Jackets, but I think he's going to make the final Team of the Year because he's a Blue Jacket. So that means choice number two, goalie, Braden Holtby. Shout out to all the people that told me to go ahead here and come to this to find a guy's most expensive card. Smart decision on your guys' part here. Braden Holtby is a 95 overall right now. I think he hits that 99 over a plateau as a goaltender. Like I said, it's between him and Pop, I think, for the next 2 weeks. Both of them rocking about a 2.0 goals against average or better over that 920-some save percentage. I do want to say real quick, I'm only going to do the first line of defenseman, and I'm only going to do the first two lines of offense. Even though I know there's usually more lines than that, but I don't want to dig deep into this defensive because I tried looking analytically wise, and I know it's a big waste of time with EA. So we're gonna give it a shot though. I'm gonna try to throw in analytics and guys that are known good defensively, and we're just gonna throw it out there. First of all, Drew Doughty. Why not? Who doesn't want Drew Doughty, right? 3rd in Corsi, 11th in Fenwick, and obviously a well-known great defensive two-way defender. I think he gets a card. I think he's one of those guys that, dang, how many 99 overalls can we possibly have? I don't know. I'm going to give him a 98. I don't think we can go on 99s. And then we got Victor Hedman. Again, another guy top 10 in Corsi. 103 block shots, 33 takeaways, logs a lot of minutes on the ice. Personally, big favorite of Victor Hedman. I think he's another guy that sees a 98 overall, maybe a 99. I'm hopeful. I'm hoping for a 99. I think he'd go to Drew Doughty, but for Hedman, though, man, it's tough. I'm just going by the fact that I know people think some of these guys are great defensively, too. And I think that's what EA is going to do, because some of the statistics, they just don't add up. But, you know, it's hard to look at just statistics for defensemen. And by the way, if you're wondering what Corsi is, Corsi and Fenwick, they're pretty much like possession stats. You know, the better their Corsi is, obviously, the more their team has the puck, which means they're playing great defensively because your team has the puck. Short and simple, I guess. But besides these guys, I said I ain't going to show any more overalls or anything, but I think, you know, we could still, all that rant about Suter, we could still probably see one because, once again, he leads the league in ice time. And Minnesota's having a much better year this year, so I'm sure he's contributing greatly to that. And then we have Ristolainen also. I had Rasmus Ristolainen put in some great numbers this year. Great chance to see him get one as well. It'd be something to see. Moving on to the first line forwards, though, where else would we go first but Patrice Bergeron, arguably the best defenseman defensive forward in the league for quite some time now. Seems like an easy lock. 61.7% face-off percentage this year, by the way. Yeah, that's first. That's nuts. Corsi first. Fenwick first. Chances of getting team of the year defensive first. 99 overall, giving it to him. You know what, though? Fun fact of the day. I went into this team of the year and I did some research. I was researching to try to get EA's tendencies here. Last year, the only forwards that got defensive team of the years were two-way forwards and power forwards. That being said, I think, like I said, I think they just have a big presumption that a guy's either good defensively or not before they don't even look at stats and stuff. Now we got Mark Stone, power forward, leads forwards by a solid margin with 84 takeaways. I think that's got to give him a good chance at getting a team of the year this year, maybe a 95 overall. Then finally, we got Jordan Staal. I should probably mention, I don't have these guys in any particular order. You're going to realize I have higher overalls later in the predictions, but top 10 in Fenwick and Corsi. The guy's the second best center in the league as far as taking faceoffs go. I think we get him up to a 93 overall. Then moving on to the second line, we got David Backes, another good forward defensively, offensively. Another guy top 10 in Fenwick and Corsi. I think he gets up to maybe a 90. We're going to say 93 overall. They've been giving some big boosts to guys this year. And then we got Anze Kopitar. My logic for putting him in here is because he's known for being good defensively. I think he might be top 10 in Fenwick or Corsi, not both. Doesn't have outstanding statistics as far as defensive forwards go. But again, one of those guys that everybody sees as a great defensive forward, and he probably is a great defensive forward. The statistics just don't show it. So we're going to give him a 90. We're going to give him a 97. Should we do a 97? 97 sounds great. And then finally, speaking of guys that are not top 10 in Fenwick, not top 10 in Corsi, not top 10 in block shots or takeaways or anything fun like that, but he is top 10 in faceoffs this year. That's Jonathan Toews. Again, a notoriously great defensive forward. I think makes defensive team of the year just for that reason. Like I said, I don't watch these guys play on day in and day out. I can't tell you whether they're fantastic defensively or not. I can only look at analytics. Don't yell at me, please and thank you. But if there's a couple other guys, I almost threw Ryan Johansson in there. No BS. I almost threw Ryan Johansson in there. Found out, then I remembered he's a playmaker. I had to stick with the formula of two-way forward, power forward, and I didn't put him in there. Boone Jenner, though, first in block shots, fourth in hits. I wanted to put him in there, too. Hopefully those guys make it. Other than that, guys, like I said, I really don't have the slightest clue. Don't have the slightest clue at all who's going to make defensive team of the year because it's an EA thing. Especially after watching last week's 23 and under, I realized they just miss guys on purpose, like Dougie Hamilton last week or Ristolainen that didn't make it. They just don't put guys in there for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.